What up, dogs? It's your buddy Josh. Why am I here? Pulverizer, because this is where the fun begins. This is where we're going to have fun. I'm going to drink my first alcoholic beer since 1997. You guys are going to witness me drinking a beer. You ready? A La Croix beer. What is this? What kind of Pamplemousse. Pamplemousse. All right. Stop the morning to you first, Sergeant. Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm drunk. Chicken or the egg? Well, Andrew, you should know the answer to that. It was starting to rain out here in Georgia. What makes Pink Floyd so good? So great. Yeah, I just can't get into them, man. You know, there was a couple that was that. I don't know. There's the album that they did was pretty good. Where they got what the hell was it? I can't remember. Got Maina and Tejas as Gord. Oh, Gordy's here. Josh Scanlon equals Larry Storch on F Troop. I'm not sure what that is. I think Kevin Hawthorne. French beer. La Croix. La Croix. It's actually not beer. Just FYI. This is not beer. I don't drink. Just in case someone's thinking. It's sparkling water. When you are an alcoholic, you still miss the carbonation. Like, you know, it's kind of like people are addicted to pornography. People who are addicted to heroin, and people who are addicted to alcohol. There's your brain like releases dopamine when you're about to engage in whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So like the dopamine release of a carbonation in your throat is I can't replace that with just regular water or anything like that. Yeah, I have to have the carbonation. It's very, very strange. You know, the heroin addicts, I've listened to some heroin addicts, and a lot of these guys would shoot up like a Dunkin' Donuts bathroom, and they'd walk by. Like I listened to one guy, Rob Lind, White Trash Rob from a band called Blood for Blood. He would talk about going by a Dunkin' Donuts and seeing the bathroom there and just feeling like the need to shoot up. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, guys watching pornography when the old days when it goes, you know, that when you're doing like that and the dial up, when that modem would kick in, like the excitement of doing what they're, you know, going to be doing here would kick in. It just releases dopamine. It's the same. And I don't know about, I mean, I used to smoke. I'm sure there's something about smoking. You're smoking cigarettes. I smoked a little bit of dope. That never did much for me. But I love drinking, man. And drinking was the carbonation was just all. My dad told me that too. He said, when you stop drinking, you're gonna miss that, you know, the carbonation. Yeah, I remember him telling me that. It's like, I don't know, Dad. And he was right, dude. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of guys who stop drinking, they turn to cigarettes. Like if you go to AA, all these people are smoking, and the reason for that is because they need something like, you know, they just need that something. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just missing that thing, and the cigarettes will help relieve the need for alcohol, and, you know, just a continual movement like that is very interesting, actually. A lot of interesting stuff in the addiction cycle, if that makes sense. And so sparkling water, initially I couldn't stand it, but I've gotten developed a taste for it, and I very much enjoy it, actually. So it's good. It tastes, you know, doesn't have a great taste. It's not sugary, but it has that carbonation and a little bit of flavor. Yeah, if I drank beer, I can't imagine like there's no way on God's green earth. I was talking with one of my kids the other day. Thank the good Lord they never saw me drunk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I've been like. I don't know. I just know I was a freaking, like I said in a video I did a couple weeks ago, 95% of the time I was happy, 5% of the time I wasn't. And all it takes is that 5% of the time to ruin a relationship. No, there wasn't the wall. Is this the same Bo? We're having a hard time getting you on the course. Bo, is that the same Bo? I'm here for the caveman skits. Look at Kenny. Look at his wife. Dude, I mean, all right, so dudes, look at Kenny. He ain't all that in a bag of chips. Look at that guy. You know, he's sporting that lady. I mean, I know he paid her big bucks like I paid my wife. I said, just model for me here and pretend you're my wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, Kenny, Mrs. Hart there is like, all right, Kenny, I'll be in your stupid picture if you give me $300. You know what I'm saying? And Kenny's like, all right, I can pretend like I'm happy. And I mean, I'll be happy if you pretend like you're happy. And she goes, all right, another $200, I'll pretend like I'm happy and I'll be in your avatar. There's no way Mrs. Hart is married to old Kenny there. I mean, Kenny's like, dude, come on, man. He ain't all that in a bag of chips. Unless he did like me. He said, hey, Mrs. Hart, I got a big wallet. You got to check it out. And Miss Hart says, all right, I'll check it out. And she got married to him. Next thing you know, Kenny lays down the wallet and there ain't nothing there. Here comes Rebecca from the Villages. Yeah, Rebecca loves the Villages. Her and her hubby just crush. Pulverizer says, look at me, everybody. I'm Pulverizer. Look at me. Look, everybody look at me. I'm Pulverizer. Sean Maddox. Hey, Carl, man. Mitch, I used to drink a lot. I still do, but I used to also. Carl's back. Carl, look at Carl. We got a guy on LinkedIn. David, this guy's coming back. I think, was it David? There's another guy on LinkedIn. I don't think it was David, though. Another guy, I think I kind of ran off. Look at Harry. Harry's kicking ass. It's good for soft drink addicts too. Oh, 100%. Because like someone's drinking Coke the other day. Somebody. I said, man, I can't. That stuff sucks. It's like so just so sugary and heavy. We got Stephen Hegarty from Rochester. Right on. Like the beard, do you? Yeah, kind of digging it. I'm looking handsome, I think. Looking like a manly man. Like I just got out of the woods, lumberjacks. I just need my flannel. And people think, man, you're out there cutting out trees. Like, yeah. Actually, I did. I roasted I didn't smoke. I roasted a chicken tonight. It was pretty good. Brined it for about 8 hours. Pretty good, man. You get those whole chickens from Publix or something like that. If it's organic chicken, does that mean they're not free range? But that means they're not bad to the chickens, right? I don't want to be participating where they're evil to chickens and pigs and stuff. And I guarantee. But I don't know, actually. I mean, I hope. I like to think Costco is a little bit more stringent on buying their products from farms that aren't doing that. I don't know, but I don't want to be participating in the manhandling of animals. I don't like that in the least. You must be a liberal, and well, if it means I love it, God's creation, you're damn right I'm a liberal. That means I'm a liberal because I love God's creation. I want to respect it. You're damn right. But I don't know if Costco does. I don't know if organic chicken. I know it's not. It didn't say free range on there, but. It can't just be cage free. It's got to be free range, as FYI. I mean, look, I have cage free eggs I get from Costco, and that's better than not. But cage free is not free range, as FYI. Sugar is the hardest addiction to kick, in my opinion. Then again, I've never done. Yeah, I don't. Man, those meth heads, man. It's got to be just something. Like, what does it do to like get you so? Addicted, like that meth, like in some way you almost want to try to find out. Like I know I can't, but you're like, what does that do to put you on such a path that you'll ruin anything just to get that? It's like it makes you a zombie. It's crazy. Brian Dish in the house. Ja Sophia, right on. Happy Sabbath, everybody. Josh, tired grooming to the S&P 500. If it closes down, you shave. If it closes up, you don't shave. In a bull market, Charlotte would be annoyed but wealthy wife. Well, wealthy's is contingent to wealthy is subjective, if that makes sense, because she'll still say, "I'm still married to you, Josh," which means wealth is subjective, if that makes sense. Celtic only drinks lime and soda with lime in lieu of booze. It's carbonated water. Carbonation is what does it. Porn is a tough addiction, especially because it's all over these things. Trust me, porn is tough, and I'm not on Twitter. I'm probably going to get on Twitter. Andy Biggs talked about being on Twitter. And there's a couple of guys I follow that I can't follow very much because I'm not on Twitter. I just don't want to be bombarded with porn. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that makes me happy, if that makes sense. I don't need that in my life. It's just, I don't want that. And I don't know. I just heard enough that, Twitter's just porn. I'm sick of gambling. I'm sick of porn. I'm sick of these two things. It's like gambling all over the place, porn all over. I'm so freaking tired of that. All right. So John did not follow the directions. Look at this. Remember what we said to John? We said, put your questions in caps. So John did follow the directions. Bo, yeah, I'll what I think I'll do is I'll just give you a different login, a different thing. Just use it. I'll make it free for you. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've had a couple of issues with logins lately. I'm not sure. Not many, like 2. Well, they're in a couple on Bright Capital. There's a couple of login issues that are kind of annoying. But yeah, you got to quit. Dude, sodas, if it's got sugar in there, it's horrible for you. Horrible. All right. So John says, I'm addicted to, oh, no, he didn't. He said, I'm 64, retired with 800,000 pre-tax. His wife is 58 with 400K in pre-tax. So if we add those two together, it's 1.2 million. I'm going to convert about 200,000 of Roth each of the next 2 to 3 years. Should I convert mine or my wife? I don't think it matters. I just do whichever, man. It's all going in the same bucket of money. I don't think it matters. Let's see here. Oh, look at Penelope. Always got something smart to say. Oh, man, that La Croix drink is the most pointless thing ever invented. Yeah, Penelope doesn't like the French. I like the French people. I'm very sophisticated. La Croix. I bet Penelope probably calls Patrick Roy. You know what I'm talking about? The goaltender for the Canadiens and the Colorado Avalanche. She probably says, look at Patrick Roy. It's Patrick Roy, Penelope. All right, Patrick Roy. Yes, indeed. I bet Penelope calls Patrice Bergeron Patrick Bergeron. See, us French-speaking people, us sophisticates, we just look down our nose on people like Penelope, like, oh, the French think they're so fancy schmancy. Waterloo is the best sparkling water. LaCroix tastes like dishwater to me. Well, okay, because your taste suck. All right, there's Homer. You have the worst taste ever in the history of mankind. All right, and no one asked what your feeling about La Croix was, Homer. All right, so yeah, we don't need to hear all that. So whoever likes Waterloo is better than La Croix. You guys think, Jill? Jill says I'm addicted to Waterloo. Waterloo, especially grape. I really enjoyed an Alaskan amber, because you're not that bright. I mean, come on, if you're going to drink beer, you better, why not drink IPA? I mean, obviously, you're not the brightest bulb there, Brian. Brian's like, I really enjoyed my Alaskan amber. I was like, okay, because that's what ladies drink. I guess we kind of get the picture about Brian there. He's like, he's dying to be an Alaskan, mountain man, but he's too afraid. So he said, I'm just going to drink an Alaskan amber. I bet Brian right now is reading Sweet Valley High books. Remember Sweet Valley High, the Sweet Valley High girls, Elizabeth and what was her name? Elizabeth, I can't remember. The Sweet Valley High, Sweet Valley Middle School, what it's called. I actually enjoyed those books, by the way. I bet Brian's right now reading, well, Elizabeth is dating the football player. Yay! There's Brian from PA. Brian from PA. At least we got Brian from PA kicking in. I bet Brian from PA is drinking a freaking Guinness, Brian. I bet the Brian from PA is like saying, no, I don't drink that amber stuff. I'm drinking a Guinness. I bet he's like, yeah, because what real men do, puts hair on their chest. Got Chuck B in the house. We got Jack in the house from New Hampshire. Jill wants us to know she wasn't addicted to soda. Not that anyone asked. Look at me. I'm the magic man. I make people happy. Yep. That's awesome, man. You know what I'm talking about, Homer? Look at me. I'm making people happy. I'm the magic man from Magic Land. That's one of my favorite skits ever. We got Northeastern Illinois here. Mitch rocked. Oh, boy. So here we go. Dark Horse was not too keen on Andrew Biggs the other day. So let's see what Dark Horse is coming up here. My question is, who do I talk to know that what I have in Social Security, or is my responsibility just to know and no one's going to tell me anything? Who do I talk to know what I have in Social Security? Well, you look up your Social Security statement, see what you got, man. Got the fisherman from Maine looking good. Yeah, that's right. I do look like the fisherman. Yes, sir. No way, Costco. Yeah, I think you're right, Homer. It's but it's cage free. Cage free is very suspect, if that makes sense. You guys know I'm joking with you guys, right? I mean, when I'm busting your balls, I'm joking. Like Brian. Let's see if Brian's still on here. He's like, because I mean, I did. Let's see if Brian's still. You're funny. Okay. Phew. Thank you. I was like, one of the guys, Dougie Be Fresh, he emailed me 6 months ago. It still bothers me. I'm like, dude, I literally can't believe that he thought. I mean, why should I let it bother you? Because I don't want anyone thinking I'm making fun of him. I mean, I'm making fun of him, but not like in a mean way. I was like, dude, you really thought that? He's like, I can't believe you made fun of me. Blah blah blah. It's like, what? I couldn't believe it. I'm still to this day. I'm like upset by that. It's like, I can't believe that. I literally am stunned that the guy. He actually emailed me. I said, Doug, goofing on you. Relax. He's like, no. All right. Dude, I might move to San Diego, man. I'm telling you. San Diego looks nice. Oh, here's another guy that doesn't pay attention to there's a Josh is a bully right on it. In the base of my house, I can be. If you saw me on the street, you'd probably punch me. Yeah, leave me alone. Here's this guy sipping old smoky, salty caramel, enjoying my Saturday night. Listen, Josh, sipping old smoky, salty caramel. What the hell is that? Bruce is drinking hibiscus tea. Look at that Bruce's beard. Yeah, Bruce has always had that beard, though, ever since we've been doing this. Bruce has been here for a long time. I try to make fun of Bruce to get him away, but he won't leave. I'm like, Bruce, just leave, dude. Leave. Take your beard and leave. But Bruce said, no, I'm still going to be here. I need hibiscus tea. I already have my peppermint tea. But Bruce has been here a long time. So we've got a couple of Bruces on here that have been a long time. This guy has been one of them. I'll try not. No, it's just if I'm talking to a guest, I might need sensitivity training. If I was talking to a guy, I'm just not going to answer, comments or questions. I know, Bruce, you're one of the first, dude. Literally, Bruce is one of the first guys. We got Bruce Smith up in New York, and he's usually not on the live streams, but he's one of the first. This guy's been one of the first guys on my channel. I bet Bruce is here before it even had 1,000 subscribers. All right here. Here we got Terry Mackey. Hello, Josh from Tampa. You retire early, but watching you for a while. Right on. All right, cool. Blood and Honey from Revolver. Good beer. Here we got Kim. All right. If I saw you on the street, I'd give you money for me. I get meaner the longer the face. Yeah, whatever said. Nah, it's all good, Dark Horse. You were saying stuff. I'm not saying I disagree. I can't remember what it was. I just remember you were saying a lot. I said I wanted to comment on it, but I don't like taking my attention off the guest. I mean, if I get a guest, we're just goofing on each other. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like Andrew Biggs, a serious guy. That's what how can I say this? Andrew Biggs, a serious guy, in that I want to hear what he has to say. Now that sounds bad. It's not like that, because I like all my guests. It's just with Andrew, he's near and dear to my heart, and it's like I don't want to go off topic, if that makes sense. And his audio wasn't that good, by the way, the other time. So I don't hear well anyway, but his audio was kind of poor, and I was like, so anyway, it took me kind of off my game. But not off my game, but I just didn't want to, kind of go back and forth between comments. Yeah, he's such a government worker. There you go. Well, but he's not really. I mean, he's not. Voodoo Ranger IPA, like a real man. So we got MFH. My wife is 62. She plans on collecting at 62. Should she start the process? Man, I don't know, brother. My wife is 62. She plans on collecting Social Security at 62. Should she start the process? Shiner Bach. I look old? So my beard makes me look old, Marilyn Mike? Damn. Yeah, I didn't like that Shiner Bach. That stuff is nasty. Dude, I could kill for some freaking Sierra Nevada right now. Oh my goodness. And in my brew pub, we used to have this thing called what the hell was it called? Slant Six? No, I can't remember, but we had this is back in the early 90s. I forgot what it was called. Oh my goodness. What's a Slant Six? I didn't like that stuff. Anyway, some kind of IPA, dude. Oh my, it was so good. It was so good. And then we made a raspberry beer and Hefeweizen. So the girls come in, can I have a raspberry beer? Yes, like Charlotte come in. She was 21 years old, and I'd feed her all kinds of raspberry beers, and she'd bring her friends down there. I'd feed her all these beers, and one time they walked down the tab. I said, Char, you walked it. To this day, I still make fun of her for that. And because there's never going to be a tab for Char, because you know why. We were kind of dating, but kind of weren't, kind of on, kind of off. And I was feed her beers, hoping to get that smoochie. If you know what I'm saying. And one night, she was a little bit feisty, if that makes sense. And I was back. We had this guy named Jose, our cook from Guatemala. I loved Jose. And Jose hardly could speak any English. I couldn't speak any Spanish, but he was just like a great. We always hung out. For some reason, Jose and I were like glue. I don't know why. And Charles, we're by the kitchen, and Charles kind of frisky, if you know what I'm saying. We're smooching away. Jose comes back and goes, "Oh, Mr. What do you call me? Josh, Josh." He goes, "Josh, and I was like, "Oh man, Jose." He's like, "Ah, yes." It's pretty funny. And Charlotte was kind of embarrassed. The next day, she goes, "Tell Jose that whatever he thought happened didn't happen." That was when Charlotte was frisky. Those days are long gone. Long. There's a video on Shorts on YouTube or Facebook or something like that. This guy's wife is washing the dishes, and he walks by, and as he's walking by, he gets a picture of, like, I don't know, freaking, like manly men, you know what I'm saying, who are looking at him, like staring at him, like, the guy who says, "When I drink alcohol, I drink Guinness," or whatever it is, and they're looking at him like this, and then he goes backwards and walks by again. He spanks her butt. Is funny as hell. And I was like, Charlotte's like, that's about as frisky as I'll get with Charlotte will get with me, is I'll spank her butt, and she'll be like, and she'll just go, why? It's like, well, because you're pretty hot there, girl. Hey, there's Tom. Yeah, so Tom's like, "You're deleting my comments. How dare you?" He literally didn't say that. I'm just goofing on him. It turns out Tom was on the Josh Scanlon YouTube page, not the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube page. So just as an FYI, 13 of you guys are right now on the Josh Scanlon YouTube page. 89 are on the Heritage Wealth Planning. And so the people who are on the Josh Scanlon aren't going to see the running commentary as much as people who are on the Heritage Wealth Planning. Get this along with fireball shots of my dynamic do-it-not, man. I used to make a killer black and tan. So you start with a Bass Ale and a pint, and then you have fill up a half with Bass Ale, then the other half with Guinness on top. It'd be this completely line of demarcation. And man, I could kill for some stout. I freaking love stout. And then Sierra Nevada had like an oatmeal stout. Then the porter was good. But man, I tell you, if I had one favorite, was it just a Sierra Nevada? Or was there's another, I can't remember, but Sierra Nevada, just, oh dude. I loved it, man. There's no other way around it. And what I love mostly, so this is the only time I really miss drinking. Sometimes I do miss a pint of Guinness. So that's a fact. One of my Mormon friends who's no longer Mormon texted me a picture of him drinking a pint of Guinness. I was like, "What are you doing?" It's like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? This guy was devout. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, that SHIT is whack. And I said, "What?" I couldn't believe it. He goes, "Yeah, we've been lied to." I said, wait. And I told him, I said, "Well, wait till you hear about the moon landing." And he didn't find that as funny as I did, but he found it funny. But anyway, I said, "Man, you're drinking?" He goes, "Yeah, I just figured I'd drink a pint of Guinness for you." I said, "Well, don't freaking send it to me, man. I don't want to see that." Yeah, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I said, "I don't want to." I said, "I don't want. Don't encourage a guy who's telling you already he's got a problem with drinking. Like, here's a pint of Guinness." You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have beer right now. I'll show you the fridge. I'll show you our fridge. We got beer. I don't have any desire for it. The only desire, and even if there's a can of Guinness, I would. It's just a pint of freshly poured draft. So we got, like, here's Charlotte. She's got this. And look, we've had this 6-pack for probably almost a year. So Charlotte's got this right here, whatever the hell that is. Mission de Ponce IPA. I don't care. And then she's got this right here. Simmons Spiked Mango Peach. Now, because I'm not 57 flavors, I don't drink this stuff because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? But we've had that 6-pack in there for a long time because Charlotte doesn't drink. And then we got right here. This is pretty cool. Georgia Tech. Hell of a lager. And because I'm not 57 flavors, I don't drink lager either. All right, so but that's pretty cool. I like that. So anyway, then we got an ale of an engineer. It's pretty cool. But lager drinkers and you raspberry and Hefeweizen. Yeah, we know your proclivities, if you know what I'm saying. Unfortunately for Josh, not Mission any. Mission any? No, Missionary. Who drinks what stuff? The what you talk about? They have not, yeah, but I don't want to mess with that, Andrew. My first Guinness was in the basement of the National Westminster Bank headquarters in London. Yeah. Well, hey, why were you drinking Guinness in there, and why were you there to begin with, Tom? Carl says I used to make a mean oatmeal. Wow. I used to make a mean oatmeal milk stout. My only regret is not having the tap set up to serve it under nitrous. From the moon base, right on. All right, Black and Tans rock. High Irish car bombs too. All right, so here's David. If you were given 100,000 cash and is designated to be used for fun, what would I do? If I was given 100,000 cash, I'd take my kid Liam to a Celtics game in Boston and fly first class. That's what I'd do. I don't really. What else would I do? Take Charlotte and the family to Ireland. I don't really have any desire to go, but she wants to, and I got to be a good husband. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, I don't have a need for fun. I don't know what I'd do. What would I do? I mean, I don't know, man. That's a good question, David. I'd definitely take Liam to a Celtics game. I don't want to be sitting on an airplane for 10 hours, go to Maui or whatever that's called. No desire for that. I'd probably go to, rent a place in Cocoa Beach. I do like Cocoa Beach and I like body surfing. That's fun for me. I like being on the beach and on the warm ocean, which is one of the reasons I might not be able to move to San Diego because apparently the ocean's cold and I can't stand cold water because I'm from Maine originally. But I do like being able to get on the beach and playing the waves. That's fun for me. But I don't know. I mean, I pretty much it. I go see a Bruins game. Never seen a Bruins game in person. Yeah, it's the Garden. That's pretty much it, man. I am, man. Hey, look at Bodie, 6'10". He's live with us. Look at this guy. One of my biggest nemesis. I can't take my ninja Bodie someplace. You love that more with your kids. Oh man. Sometimes when sick, I drink Pendleton whiskey. Here's Jill. I'd build a bigger music room in my house, upgrade equipment, get new kitchen counters. 100K wouldn't be enough though for all that. Yeah, I'd probably do that too. Hire a personal chef to make awesome meals for a while. I was talking to these guys yesterday. Freaking guys are crushing, and their granddaughter is staying with them, and she's in chef school or cuisine school or something, whatever it's called, and they're paying. I said, well, she must be cooking for it. She goes, no. They go, no, she doesn't cook. I said, wait, you're paying for a cuisine school or whatever, that culinary school, and she's not cooking for it? She goes, no. They go, no. I said, what the hell, man, with these guys? I talk to so many. I would light cigars with $100 bills, 100%. I'd buy NVIDIA, double. Yeah, but even that, though, even if you doubled it, what would you do with it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't really have that much need. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy how much. Bruins game would be fun. I haven't been to a Bruins game in over 40 years, says Ducati Mike. It looks like you'd like a new motorcycle. I don't have any desire for motorcycles. I don't want to jump out of an airplane. I mean, literally, I don't, I mean, I don't know what I'd do, man. I mean, I don't like cruises. When I saw a cruise ship in San Diego, I didn't realize how freaking big those things are. Those things are huge, man. I can't. And that looks like, I'd go crazy on that. I'd go to Bruins game. I'd probably go. I don't know. I don't. It's weird. I don't know. Yeah. Gotta love that Maine cold water. Body surfing is the best. Yeah, but you can't, dude. It's so cold up there, man. It's so cold. It's insanely cold. And I'm older than you, and fun is good. Get a grip. Well, fun's relative, man. I mean, look, you know what I do for fun there? Who's that guy? William Davis. I mean, this is fun for me. Reading the Bureau of Labor Statistics information here. You know what I'm saying? Import prices decline, export indexes mixed in the first 6 months of 1983. I was just reading this one right here. Most women who maintain families receive poor labor market returns. So, old William Davis there might say, it's not fun. It is for me. I enjoy that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I very much enjoy reading. I got what I got over. I still got these changed this book out, like the book of Fiat Money, Inflation in France. I'm reading right now the WEP and GPO. My man, I forgot, Dan Ryan, I think is his name, had written a book on the government pension offset and the windfall elimination provision. And did you know 28% of all public employees, state public employees, do not get Social Security? 28%. It's crazy, and that's a big number, man. And there's a lot of people like. That's what I was asking Andrew about that yesterday, and see this. I'm telling you right now, this is the difference. I cannot stress this enough. The difference between an analyst or policy wonks like Andrew, the differences between practicing practitioners like me, and the differences between guys who are just going through their own experience of retirement. And this is there's a lot of guys who are wonderful guys talking about, like my man Joe Kuhn, freaking love Joe Kuhn. My man Fritz Gilbert, who I'm going to come up and see him in about 2 weeks and do a live stream. Great guy. I freaking love them. I think they're a huge help, huge benefit. The drawback is that because they haven't worked with people on a one-to-one basis, there are things they just don't know that really affects people. And then Andrew, too, because he's looking at it from a policy perspective. So he's looking at it from way up here. And that's a problem, man, because a lot of people think, well, the WEP, the windfall elimination provision, or the GPO, that only affects a certain amount of people. It affects 28% roughly of public employees. And well, it's not that big of a deal but it is a big deal. If you're a teacher in Texas, right, your pension isn't very much to begin with. It's just not. I'm just telling you right now. And the vast majority of these are women. And a lot of these women are either divorced, widows, or single, which means there's no Social Security from their spouses, ex-spouses either. Why? Because windfall elimination provision will reduce their own Social Security, but it will destroy their spousal benefit. There's no spousal benefit there. And then a GPO almost eats up the entirety of their survivor benefit. So all they're relying is on their state pension. And just using Texas for an example, it's not much. And there's no guaranteed cost of living adjustment. And they're not even I can't remember if it's county by county, but some don't even have access to healthcare in retirement. And I think it's easy to overlook how bad that is, man. But it's a big deal. And this is the issue when we're dealing with people who aren't actively being, practitioners, who haven't been a practitioner, is that they can easily overlook how much that is, man. Anyway, just I find that to be problematic because they don't contribute to Social Security. They should be a reduction. Well, then explain that about a surviving spouse or a spousal benefit. Well, you got to explain it. So right now, if my wife did not work, she would still get a spousal benefit, half of my PIA. And when I die, she would get my whole thing. How do you square that circle with a lady who teaches as a public school in Texas? A lot of those teachers' pensions in the South, because the South, a lot of the southern states, because we don't like unions down here, their pensions aren't very good. I'm just telling you, man, it right here. I don't worry about the world economic. No, there's no reason to worry about it. I tell you, man, because I've dealt with Texas teachers, all women, and we're all going through the same thing. It's not good. Yeah, well, because you paid both into it, Liberty. I mean, you paid, to fund the fake NASA, but you paid the tax on it. But then my man said, yeah, right there. So Maryland state pensions are great. FICA is taken out, and so Social Security isn't affected. But this guy said that they don't contribute to Social Security. So let's just put it this way. Again, my wife raised 4 children. She worked part-time, and her Social Security will be half of mine. Because her benefit, let's just say it's $1,000. My benefit's $3,000. She'll get $1,500. So she'll get a bump up because of my benefit. She didn't pay for that extra $500. So a man, just a guy, would have to say she should not get that. And then when I die, of course, she won't just get her benefit; she'll get my benefit. So my man, just a guy, would have to say, well, she shouldn't get your benefit; she should only get her crappy benefit. I mean, that's fine if you want to make the argument. I mean, I invite Democrats to make that argument. If the Republicans were smart enough, they'd freaking realize the political win that is, but they're not. Because here we go, right here. Take FICA out if they're of their pay. Well, is my wife paying FICA if I stay home mom? I mean, literally, I'd love to hear my man here, just a guy, say, so there was a reduction. I'd love to hear my man say, stay home spouses should not receive any Social Security benefit. Man, wife's cousin teaching her how she won't get any Social Security or spousal benefit, and most likely she won't even get a survivor benefit either because of GPO. So much of the strong, independent, I don't need a man narrative. I don't get it. Well, I know they've always been anti-Social Security, but politically, at some point, I mean, don't forget that the Republican Party used to be, there's a lot more pro-life Democrats than Republicans back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The Republican Party used to be the party of the blacks, and the Democrats were not. The Republican Party, I mean, we've had this kind of going back and forth. It's Tom Major. Where the hell you been, brother? You like my new beard? Speaking of Maryland, look at Tom Major. Major Tom, the great good Tom. We got Delaware in the house. And here's Patty Kushner. Jared Kushner's the mom. I did contribute to Social Security. That's exactly it, man. She contributes some to Social Security, but the WEP. So what happens with the WEP? Just as an FYI, the windfall elimination provision. Instead of your first bend point being 90%, is 40%. Yes, 40%. So they reduce it from 90 to 40, or 90, it's 40. Anyway, and so basically, instead of getting $990 on the first $1,100 of Social Security, you're getting whatever that is, 40% of the $1,100. That's what happens. So the WEP isn't the big issue, really. I mean, it's a big issue. Don't get me wrong. It's the GPO, the government pension offset. The government pension offset is where you get hammered, and a lot of these spouses, freaking Mrs. Kushner, Jared Kushner's mom. And by the way, tell Jared, stay the hell away from Donald Trump. I can't stand Jared Kushner. Oh my goodness. Ooh, did y'all hear Mike Flynn? General Flynn is the man of the hour. Hey, right here, man. Are you still in Maryland, Tom? Look at freaking Tom Major, enjoying retirement in Hawaii, Alaska, and freaking. You know what they say, Tom? Grandkids is God's reward for a life well lived, man. You know, if I collect that 62, no, so not necessarily. So if I collect that 62, she'll get half that. That's not necessarily true. So remember, my spouse will get half of my benefit, but contingent on when she files. Always remember that. Yeah, freaking Flynn, man. The GPO is absolutely evil. Oh, you're such a liberal, Josh. Man, let my man Liberty. So Liberty and I completely disagree on the moon landing. I don't think it happened. He thinks it does. Obviously, he's not that bright. Obviously, I'm smart. But anyway, and look, Tom, my man Tom Albrecht in here too. Albrecht, whatever, Tom. But anyway, so what was I going to say? But still, the issue is, so having a disagreement on Social Security, it doesn't make one a liberal. It drives you up the wall. Oh, you don't believe the company line, you're a liberal. Did you hear General Flynn? He says we need to look at World Trade Center building number 7. Did you hear that? That's Mike Flynn, General Flynn. He said we got to question everything. World Trade Center building number 7. That's not me saying it, which I do say. That's General Flynn, man. You see what I'm saying? You're going to tell me General Flynn's a left wing, not a patriot? Do you hear Peter Navarro? He's on Substack. Jill sends me his stuff, and I just subscribed to the Substack. I don't know why I wasn't. He's going to jail for 7 months. He has disagreements with the traditional right wing stuff too. At the end of the day, though, you're like, dude, The right wing about the Ben Shapiro right wing. I don't want anything to do with that. None of that at all. You know what I'm saying? That has no appeal to me in the least. That doesn't mean I want to be freaking AOC and Elizabeth Warren. I mean, that's freaking idiotic. I mean, I'm white. I'm a straight Christian white man. I mean, those people hate me. You know what I'm saying? At least the Republican Party doesn't hate me, for heaven's sake. But I don't want anything to do with Ben Shapiro, the corporatist, shill for Ukraine, vaxes, and Israel. I don't want anything to do with that either. But that's my side. But the Republican base isn't the Ben Shapiros. The Republican base is the guy driving a truck. Is freaking Patty Kushner, freaking being a school teacher in Texas. This is what's insane to me. The Republican base, the Democrats always say they're going to do stuff for the base. And a lot of times they don't, I grant you. But they at least say it. The Republican Party, what do? Well, let's freaking go insane on school choice and push vouchers, which I'm okay with. But the Republican base isn't keen on vouchers. That's just a sop to freaking blacks. Nothing inherently wrong with that. But that's what we're like. We're going to make enterprise zones in the urban areas. Like, what do you do for your own freaking voters, you freaking fools? You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring all kinds of legal immigrants because they have a right to be. I mean, it's insane to me, dude. Like, we're going to do enterprise zones. We're going to do freaking school choice, blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, but how about the freaking truck driver? How about Patty Kushner, who's not going to get any GPO when her husband dies? She's going to lose all her freaking survivor benefits. She can rely on her Texas pension, which is $2,700 a month. And there's a COLA whenever the government decides to give her a COLA. How about that? No, well, Patty, where else she's going to go? And then Karl Rove goes, we need the mushy middle. So we're going to assume that Patty's going to be voting for the Republicans all the time. And ultimately, Patty said, screw you guys. You aren't doing anything for me. I'm not going to vote for the Democrats, but you don't care. And she's right. Republican Party, I tell you, it's so damn frustrating to me. But it's being a liberal. It's being a liberal of taking care of your voters. You got to win, dude. It's like why did the Baltimore Ravens lose against the Chiefs? Because they didn't run the damn ball. How did the Ravens have such a dominant year? By running Lamar Jackson isn't all that in the back. I like Lamar Jackson, but he's not that great of a quarterback. He's a good quarterback. But he's not nearly as good as what the media wants him to be. So to prove that he was just as good as Patrick Mahomes, they gave up on the running game. Chiefs' run defense is horrible. Not horrible, not great. Baltimore's run offense is great. And they got Lamar Jackson. What did Baltimore do? We're not going to go to the run. We're going to go to the pass because we want to prove our critics that we can pass. What do Republicans do? We want to prove to our critics we're not racist. So we're going to promote school choice and vouchers and enterprise zones in the urban areas. I'm like, oh my goodness. It's insane to me. And then we're the needs of our own base. Well, they'll still vote for us anyway because where else are going to go? They can all kiss my big fat behind. I'm telling you, after Trump, if they don't change, I'm done with it. I'm done, literally done. Because they sucked. I mean, look, they're getting better. Don't get me wrong. We're getting more and more. Chuck Grassley will be gone here pretty soon. Actually, I don't know that to be true. We replaced stupid Thad Cochran with that chick in Mississippi, and she sucks. The governor of Alabama sucks. We got a Capito in West Virginia, replaced a Democrat with her, and she's not that great. Like, how many of these people voted for the funding of Ukraine? Well, Jill might know. They just voted for some big funding of Ukraine or something like that. Oh, Denise, you doing okay? Oh, night, Denise. Denise crushes. GOP, Democrats, doesn't matter. They take care of the donors first. Yeah, but at least the Democrats give lip service to their voters, though. You see what I'm saying? At least, yeah, really good player. It is a weak league. We have, but then they just vote. It's like I just read on Don Serber that 16 Republican senators voted for the funding of Ukraine, just explicit funding of Ukraine. The Ravens running backs ran only 7 times because NFL headquarters gave their marching orders. They want Kansas City. I agree with that. I definitely, the NFL wanted Kansas City. I grant you. But do you think really that the Ravens said, we're going to do our play calling, only give 7? Man, I don't know. You think that? I don't know, man. Anyway. Yeah, I completely agree. We have communists and neocon parties, but majority of people are make America great. Anyway, I changed to independent years ago. The unit party stinks. Really does, man. Really does. And I like Lamar. And oh, yeah, I actually like Lamar. I just, at the end of the day, he was the great black hope for quarterbacks. And I say, are we still doing this? We're still doing this. We got tons of black quarterbacks that are kicking ass and taking names. Why does it got to be Lamar? It's weird to me. I just don't understand, man. But either way, of course, I got to go for the 49ers because they got the C-Mac. How dare you? Oh, I like seeing a white running back is pretty cool to me. And I'd love to see a white freaking cornerback because we haven't had one since Jason Sehorn. Oh, so that you're racist. Oh, I don't know what to tell you, man. In a league where it's like everyone said the first black freaking what is it? The first what did they say? The first all black ref thing. I'm like, if we're still doing this, well, it's been a long time since we had John Riggins, Craig James, Mike Alstott, and that's pretty much it. I still think Toby Gerhart. Remember Toby Gerhart for the Stanford? He should have won the Heisman, but he didn't. He wasn't drafted other than by who? The Minnesota Vikings. And the Minnesota Vikings already had Adrian Peterson. Tell me the NFL didn't say that, man. Right on, John. I'm going for the Niners. I absolutely expect the Chiefs Super Bowl. I don't think the NFL cares who wins now. So I don't think it's going to be shenanigans. I don't think they care. But I remember Dwight Freeney. You know where Dwight Freeney went to college? Dwight Freeney. Where did he go to college? Not sure why he's saying Dwight Freeney out of nowhere, though, but Dwight Freeney. I remember him. But I don't think the NFL cares. Rocky Bleier, he went to Vietnam. Mahomes is the league's golden boy, so they win. Yeah, exactly. Yep. NFL is adores gambling, let the conspiracy begin. NFL is so much gambling stuff. Syracuse, yeah, right on, man. Datton Wen, yeah, he went to Texas A&M. Datton Wen, yeah. Yep. Syracuse, right on. Syracuse, yeah. NFL loves them. So I don't think they care who wins, actually. I think they wanted the Chiefs in there for sure. They were going to do whatever they could. I don't think they care who wins now. I just don't. Obviously, there's money on the line for all this stupid, over-under stuff. It's crazy, man. But was Dwight Freeney inducted to the Hall of Fame? It's crazy. Anyway, so I'm going for the 49ers, but I don't think they I don't think there's gonna be any issues there. I think it'll be a good, clean match. I just think at the end of the day, Mahomes is still Mahomes, man. I mean, without. And I was watching. Remember the drive, the Broncos, the drive. Remember that against the Browns? Just freaking Elway. I mean, the way that guy. I was listening to Jason Whitlock the other day. He thinks Elway is the best quarterback the NFL's ever had. And I said, but man, you're watching this guy, Elway. Just the mustard he put on the ball was insane. And then how he'd scramble and that guy was freaking just insane. Elway he was a baseball player like Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? He could scramble. I mean, the guy was man, what a great quarterback. I remember when he played, the Broncos played, I forgot who they played in the Super Bowl, the Packers maybe, and Elway got that, helicopter thing. Man, that guy I hope Niners lose. The fans are absolutely insufferable. Where are you living now, Omar? I thought you were up there. You're not in the X-Bay area? It was I don't remember Burt Jones for the Colts. Was Burt Jones that good? God, this is crazy. Yeah, those NFL games it's what 14 Republican senators voted to send money to Ukraine. Oh, yeah, NFC, the RNC and DNC are total corporations, private corporations. All sports are possibly rigged and suspect after all these betting sites are now 100%, man, without question. In fact, Whitlock was saying Lamar played scared of the Kansas City game after not playing scared all year. Something was definitely up. The gambling on that is crazy. On all these, it's like nuts how much can't see gambling. You see gambling everywhere. It's freaking sick. Like, where does all this money come from? It's like the OnlyFans people. Where does all these OnlyFans chicks? Like, who's got the money to give freaking freaking Nakey McGee some money like on a regular basis to make. I mean, that stuff can't be true, right? These people can't be making that much money on OnlyFans, right? Another exactly create another the addiction. Take a sip of every time they say Taylor Swift, guaranteed to be passive in the first quarter. NHL seems like every ad is it's great. Where's this money coming from? Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. Gambling is a very poor. That's and I hate they advertise the Georgia lottery here, which puts my kids in through college to the Zell Miller. But man, I remember I used to work at People's Drug Store in Silver Spring, Maryland. I'll never forget it. The old blacks would come in all the time and run the numbers every single day. It'd be the same old blacks, older black people with Social Security checks. And I used to take the bus and get up. There's a bus stop right there. So wherever they work, they get off the bus, they come to People's Drug Store, and they get their numbers. And they never won. I mean, sometimes they'd win, and but it wasn't much. And it's like you're robbing. It just is bad, man. And 60 Minutes did a gambling story, bet their student loans and anything else went. That was crazy. Naked McGee, Andrew, you like that one? Like that, Naked McGee? I mean, I know the average OnlyFans creator only makes 150, but some of these guys are making bank. I don't think guys. Some of these chicks are making bank. I'm like, I mean, why would I don't understand, man? Can you imagine like paying someone like I don't know $25 a month just so she'll answer your emails? It's just I've never understood the appeal of going get like a lap dance, going to a strip club or any of that crap. I've never understood that. It's or even I don't go to Hooters. I'm like I don't want to go to Hooters. I mean, you ever seen the Hooters one with Butters from South Park? So Butters thinks the girls from Hooters actually likes him, and he's like, it's funny, man, and it's funny. I've always said, do guys actually think these chicks like them? I've never understood that. It's weird to me. Like if you hook up with a prostitute, you actually think the ladies like enjoying. I don't understand. And thankfully I don't understand. But I think some men do. Incels, but where they get their money? Man? You think all gaming sites can be profitable? No, it can't be all. Can't be all. A lot of only guys out there. I think you're right. So that brings, I see, as crazy as seeing liquor, some people buy tons of scratchers at the liquor stores. Yeah. I don't get Hooters. I never understood that. It's like now LA, more Baltimore Colt heartache. Yep. Yeah, because right, Elway was supposed to go to the Colts. I remember that. Yeah. Well, you can work out? All right, good job. I've never been to Hooters. I don't know. I can't imagine going to Hooters and having some chick like bat her eyes. Like I'm like, dude, look, man, I get it. I get it. But I guess some lonely guys like, but gambling is completely rigged. Is right? Was it Raisins? Was that her name? Raisins that Butters was addicted to? Start I feel like my hair. Oh my goodness. It's obvious with Hooters appeal. Yeah, but I mean, don't men get embarrassed by that? I'd be embarrassed by that. I'd be like, our slickster right there. Yeah. I mean, man, all right. So I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll be profitable. How can they all be profitable? Anyway, so here's a question I got for you. I was listening to an old punk band I used to love named Cockspar, and they freaking crushed. When I was working out today, and it's a song. Let me see if it's a great song, dude. I was like, man, it's kind of like very touching, actually. And I was like, whoa, I'd never heard this song by Cockspar before. I think it might be when they, reemerged like in the 2000s or something like that. Let me see if I can't find the song. But it's about it's like how was like talk about a girl he used to go out with, and she wanted flowers and walk in the park, and he wanted to be in a band, and his mom didn't like him, or her mom didn't like him, but his mom liked her, and then ultimately she split up with him because she wanted more and he wanted to be in a band. I was listening to that, and I said, man, and then I heard the Tyler Childers song called Tattoo, same kind of scenario, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if so there's all kinds of men, and then that's I don't know why people love Radiohead, but Radiohead had some song, Fake Trees or something like that. Freaking Owen Benjamin did a cover of this. I was like, oh, whatever. But I mean, the lyrics are okay, but same kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could have been the man she wanted or something like that. I was like, do women think that way about old love lost relationships with their old boyfriends, like a lot of guys do? I was just wondering that because it's like literally 3 songs I've heard like this in the last week. Partly because I was driving across country, so I had a lot of time to listen to music, and I do like to hear the lyrics. I was like, the chicks write the same things, like, oh man, I remember dating you in high school or college or something like that, and you wanted to be dating me, but I wanted to go get a job. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, the chicks think like that the same way men do, because I just wonder, we've got a lot of lonely men out there who are supporting OnlyFans and pornography industry and all that stuff and strip clubs. And I just wonder if chicks have that same emotional, oh man, I wish I could go to the past. I don't know. You guys have any thoughts on that? It's pretty interesting. Yeah, we had Twin Peaks here. I remember some guys from my work when I was at USA. Let's go to Twin Peaks for lunch. I said, what? I'm not going to Twin Peaks. That's freaking embarrassing. Casinos cheap or are rigged. They offer you a proposition bet with bad odds. Yeah, well, I completely agree. Yeah, I don't think casinos cheap. Well, who knows, man? Who knows? 90s and alternative music was pure depression. Yeah, but it was a response to the insanity of the 80s, freaking sex, drugs, and rock and roll stuff, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like the pendulum swing. Rock and roll. Dude, I was just listening to a thing on Styx today, behind the scenes with Styx. Remember Styx? Dude, freaking always, Styx was so good until they went so bad. I mean, horrible. That Mr. Roboto stuff. And it was a Dennis DeYoung. Like, for some reason, that guy wanted to be what about $5 a month for locals? That's true. I do show some skin. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I'm covering up my skin now. Good point. But anyway, so it kind of was like in about 79 to 80, and all of a sudden Styx went from just who started grunge music? I'm going to say Soundgarden. No, Soundgarden. Yeah, Sweet Madam Blue. That was a good song, dude. And Lady was a good, horrible. Oh, so bad. Sweet Madam Blue. Yeah, Styx was so good. And then it just went so bad. Kind of like Foreigner. Oh, Kilroy Was Here. So bad. I don't think Nirvana started grunge. No, I think it's what you would think. I think Soundgarden was before Nirvana, though. I think Soundgarden was. Mother Love Bone. I can't remember them. I don't remember them too much. But anyway, you should watch that Andy Wood. Who the hell is Andy Wood? Yeah, I'm not all that familiar with Mother Love Bone because I'm not 57 Flavors. So because I'm not 57 Flavors. All right, see you, Kevin. Pearl Jam. Oh, horrible. Horrible. How do I find a good financial advisor? I don't know. That was the first grunge hit. I'll never forget. I had a kid when I was in the Army, Kevin Gray, and he used to be an old skinhead from Fontana, California. And he had tattoos and everything. Yeah, but I'm not saying they're 57 Flavors, but if you like that kind of music, you're 57 Flavors. So I don't like that kind of music. So I mean, I'm not 57 Flavors, so I can't like that kind of music. Violent Femmes. Aren't the Violent Femmes kind of they're not right wing, but they're pretty yeah, exactly. But the Violent Femmes are not right wing, but they're definitely not woke. Dennis DeYoung wanted to be a Broadway type singer, unlike Tommy Shaw just friggin' okay. Oh, there, look at Brian. Andy Wood died, and after that, Pearl Jam and Soundgarden formed. Interesting. Yeah, none of those bands did. Pearl Jam, Soundgarden had a couple good. I got that one album before the Spoon Man thing. That was okay. Didn't do much for me, man. I mean, the dude Chris Cornell's lyrics. I mean, when that band Audio Slave and that clown from Rage Against the Machine and Chris Cornell singing. I mean, that was as much as I cannot stand Tom Morello, whatever his name is, from Rage Against the Machine. That guy, he could play a freaking guitar that makes you move your head. I mean, that's just a fact. Back to the Airlack. Hang on, man. You got an OG. Grunge was kind of fusion and punk of metal. What I liked about metal and hardcore and even punk was that just regular guys with jeans and a t-shirts just listening. I'll just show you right here. And I hated like you're not gonna be able to see this. Let me see if I can't put it back. So here's a band from Phoenix right here, Sacred Reich. And look, they're all t-shirts, all in jeans. That's it. Now they all have long hair, kind of 57 flavors. But other than that, is now all just regular dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I hated this stuff where you had to put on like this freaking leather pants and just all the other stuff was so bad. I hated it. I just like say, can just regular guys playing with freaking that you just party with, hang out. And just it was I hated the freaking like the glam rock and the more the 80s metal, the fake metal. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always like more of the speed metal, thrash metal, hardcore, and punk. It's just so bad. Josh's Bearded Era 2024 re-release videos get me every time. Rage Against the Machine is now part of 100%. Dude, they're just clowns. Like if you don't get the vax, you can't come to our show. Yeah, some of that stuff's pretty good. I'm not going to hide it. I mean, there's a couple of Cinderella songs I like. There's this one song by a band, Steelheart. What was it called? I can't remember what it's called. But the way that dude, I said, that can't possibly be this guy singing. It cannot be a dude. He hits such high. You think the guy from Boston hits high notes. This guy, Steelheart, I mean, like, holy, how does he do that? It's insane. Like, you listen to it, it's like, man. Yeah, Judas Priest. Remember, Accept? I did not know this, but Accept. Oh my God, dude, it's so bad. On their album cover with You Got Your Balls to the Wall, man, they got a guy. It's so 57 flavors. I can't believe it. They got a guy with a leather shorts on, almost like riding up his crotch. With his like hairy leg, just a thigh, with leather shorts, riding up his crotch, going like this. Dude, it's like literally the gayest thing you've ever seen in your life. I said, please, for the love of God, tell me that's something I can find that. It's too funny, dude. Like, please, please, please tell me that's not true. Except, oops, 1 second. Balls to Accept. Balls to the Wall album. I was like, for the love of God, man. Yes, there it is. It is so bad. Oh my goodness, you guys see this? I was like, why would you ever do that? Oh my, it's like literally the gayest thing you've ever seen in your life. And it's a pretty good album. Not great. It's good. A couple good songs on there. Dude, look at this. What I mean, could you be any gayer? That's crazy. Van Halen was great until David Lee Roth started that weird crap. What? I don't understand. What weird crap? Let's grab breakfast of the Golden Unicorn. Torn by Ahmed. I'm buying. You can keep all the metal and punk as far as I'm concerned. Hard rock, okay, but can't stand the devil metal stuff. Well, who does devil metal? I mean, other than Merciful Fate and Venom, very few people do devil metal. Who do you think does devil metal stuff, Joe? I mean, I'd like to. Who do you think? I guess you could say some Slayer. Slayer's more, but the funny thing about Slayer is the Tommy Araya is a devout Catholic. It's kind of strange. Yeah, Judas Priest was good. Screaming for Vengeance is a freaking great song. The album's not that good. Hell Bent for Leather is a good song, but a lot of that stuff wasn't that good. It's like that. A couple good, it's like country music. A couple of songs are good. A couple of songs, but the albums, generally speaking, are subpar. You know what I'm saying? Would I make it? Oh, all right, good question. My man Steve Grogan. Would I make a trust a beneficiary of a life insurance policy? I I guess it depends what I'm trying to solve here. I mean, if you first thing you got to know who's a trustee, right? So you're going to name a trustee to manage the trust on your behalf while you're dead. You're done. You're dead as a doornail. So who's going to manage the trust? Is that person competent? Does he know what the hell he's doing and all that? And then secondly, what are we trying to accomplish? We trying to make sure that minor children, because minors can't have money anyway, they can't manage it. So inherently, there will be some kind of setup through your will as a guardian and a financial representative to make sure that your kids don't get the money because they're 12 years old, they can't get the money. So who would be the trustee, and what are we trying to accomplish? Now, if you got a kid who could squander that money because he loves smoking dope and all that stuff, yeah, absolutely. I'll give you an example. My mom, as we sit, and I love my mom, but like the early Cara. That, oh, Jill, you're not absolute. No, Jill, you're banned. Bring up the band, Jill. Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath. Oh, Jill, Judas Priest. They're not black metal bands. Oh my! I mean, Merciful Fate and King Diamond. That is a satanic band. Venom, they were. But these not Black Sabbath. Jill, have you ever? I would highly encourage you to read some of the Black Sabbath lyrics. No, not any. And Ronnie James Dio, not anywhere near. Oh, come on, Jill. You sound like a boomer. You sound like a boomer. 100%, man. Oh my goodness. Loudness. Anyway, so going back to my Jim Carroll band, The Dictators, Deep End I Know. Oh, dude. Oh, you're banned, Jill. You're banned. How dare you say Black Sabbath was there's a couple of Japanese oi bands that were freaking fantastic. Japanese Wolves, and I'm drawing a blank what the other one was. That just fantastic. I don't remember that in Watertown. Sorry, brother. All right, anyway, so my man says, talk about trust here. Oh, the foreigner just, horrible. What happened? All right, so anyway, let's talk to this guy and my mom. I was going to say, so my mom is let's just put it this way: when my grandparents died, they left money for my mom in a trust. They gave her a lot of money outright, but they left in a trust for my uncle to manage because my mom has up days and she has down days, and I don't want to say much more than that. And when she's down, she's real down, if that makes sense. And my grandparents are very worried of her squandering the money, and frankly, she probably would have. Anyway, right now, my mom's she's in the ICU up in Virginia. My sister saw her today. It sounds like she's doing pretty good finally, but we're going to need to get her into a maybe not a skilled care facility, but certainly assisted living facility, a nursing home. And my mom has a house probably worth $300,000, but she also has this money in a trust that my uncle's been managing for her behalf, which will go to helping her afford assisted living facility, if that makes sense. If she did not have that money, the house would certainly be okay enough, but that extra money helps because my Uncle John says we can't, according to the dictates of my Grammy and Grampy, they said we just can't let Susie, as my mom, make a mistake with his money. And trust, my mom was not, when she wasn't happy about it, you know what I'm saying? But she has a good relationship with my Uncle John, and when she needed disbursement, he granted it to her. But that's, and I love my mom, but she's bipolar as the day is long. She did a lot of drugs when she was young. She had children when she was 15 and 17, which, she put up for adoption because Catholics, we should not believe in abortion under any circumstance. I mean, I'm sorry, there should be no abortion. And as such, the old days of Catholicism, we would not abort. We just send the girls off for a 9-month sabbatical, if you will. And I know my two sisters, half sisters, because my mom was strong enough to deliver them. And, I didn't know how you get an abortion back then. And now it's the exact opposite. Now let's just have unfettered sex, and, abort, and let the man just wet his willy whenever he wants. And a woman who doesn't want to get the man's willy wet is a prude, and blah, 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 blah. And and then on top of that, the woman would be the left with the scars of the abortion. The man could walk away. If you haven't seen the movie Nefarious, I highly encourage you to see that. The actor on that movie who plays the guy who's been taken over by demons, man, his part on this guy who's like encouraging his girlfriend to have an abortion man, it is gonna crush your soul, man. It's gonna, I mean, not crush your soul, but you're like, because I remember when I was in high school, we thought my girlfriend was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And I was 17 years old and just dumb as a rock. I don't want to say how old she was, but let's just put it this way. Now we're just kind of yapping, T. Grogan. I mean, kind of what we do here. Sometimes people ask questions, sometimes don't, but we got a usual group of people that we just yap. It's fun, just busting on people, making fun. Yeah. I disbanded my trust since my sister was my trustee. She is useless and I have no other kids. I went straight last 100% right here. I look at Celtic Spirit. Die with 0, 100%. Yeah, country music, exactly. Sin country music, full of 100%. Jill, you sound like a boomer. I love Jill. Jill is freaking awesome, but she sounds like a boomer here. Black Sabbath name is not evil. Jill, you just sound so ignorant. You don't know the story. That's okay. Could I do an Irma strategy? The hell with Georgia. You got it, Steven. Of course, I have a daughter in Georgia right now, UGA. Bruce Hornsby, BY. Bruce Hornsby. No, 100%. I completely agree. Let's see, we got Noodle. Oh boy. All right, so if you got to look at Noodle Fan Kennedy, do you think that's literally Noodle? So let's take a vote here. I'm gonna answer her question. Do you really think that's Noodle Fan Kennedy? That's what he looks like. So here's Noodle Fan Kennedy. Who wants to predict that's not Noodle Fan Kennedy? I guarantee it's not. Whatever said, man. Bruce Hornsby. Why is everyone saying Bruce Hornsby? What's the big deal with him? I don't get it. I got an old man problem now. It means they're peeing in your pants or something like that? All right, so here's Noodle Fan Kennedy. Doesn't appear to keep that image up there. I am keep that image up there. It gets us more excited, because we don't want to be a how should we say? This is a Japanese OF model. I don't know what OF means. Actually, there's a guy in here who had a daughter. It turned out his daughter had a mask on. I remember, yeah. Oh my goodness, that is classic. And I said, dude, I said, why are you telling your daughter to have a mask on? And he was doing that as a way to mock the mask holes. I said, all right. And he was kind of an asshole too, this guy, nonetheless. I said, all right, that's pretty good. But by then I'd already burned my bridges with this guy because he was pissing me off. I said, dude, you're the one who's got your daughter in a mask. What? And he's like, I'm just doing that to show the absurdity of it all. I said, well, all right. So here's Noodle Fan Kennedy. Love your channel. My question is, what is the best way to pass on my 403B retirement accounts and house my wife and me owns to our kids, minimizing the tax consequences? The living trust the way? No, living trust is not the way, because the living trust all flows to your 1040 anyway. So the living trust does not avoid any tax consequence. Your house will avoid tax consequence simply because of step up in basis. But the best way to avoid the taxes for your children is for you to do Roth conversions. That's all there is to it. Or just give the money away. But if you're giving the money away, you can't give it to your kids because they'll have to pay tax on it. Someone's paying tax on that 403B money. The only way you cannot pay tax on it is if you give it to charities. That's it. But either you or your kids are paying tax on the money. And you can't gift a 403B to an irrevocable trust, because that's an irrevocable trust. Let's say an irrevocable trust can't take an ownership of a retirement account that's individual retirement. And so it's not an IRA, but it's a 403B. You can't own those kind of accounts. So you'd have to cash it out. So a living trust doesn't do any of that for Just doesn't. Now, to avoid taxes to your children is your house goes anyway. They won't pay any tax on that. I would highly encourage you not to think about adding your children to the deed. A lot of people do this, and I'm not an attorney, but I think it's a horrible mistake to add my children to my deed. Inherently, you're going to lose half the step up in basis right there. So we don't want to do. I mean, again, I do not want to begin giving legal advice, but you'd have to really convince me why you'd want your kids on your deed. Well, they can avoid probate. Okay, well, good luck. Now they're going to have to pay a whole lot of capital gain tax. That's great. Probate's just not. Come on. Do I do probate? No, but I mean, there's 7,500 people or something that die every day in the United States. Every single probate estate, the vast majority pass through just fine. My wife had a probate her mom's estate, and there's some issues there, but it was nothing because a probate court did. It's because her parents weren't situated correctly in this regard anyway. So, in of itself, the house will go through a step-up basis, no tax there. The 403B will go to them. Your kids, they're going to have to pay income tax on the distributions. Nothing you can do about it. Sad. Most of us have skin in the game and play with the belief of salvation. All right, so here we got Wise Guy Guitar Works. No caps lock. Hey Josh, was that an Asian chick? No, that's not an Asian chick, is it? Is that an Asian chick with a yellow? Why are we all these people cultural appropriating white people? We got Beyonce with her fake blonde hair. We got who's that stupid Joy Reid with her fake blonde hair? Why is it culturally appropriating us, man? OnlyFans. Okay, gotcha. Where'd my guy's question go here? Right. All right. Please explain the Social Security thing from yesterday regarding what I thought was paying FICA on distributions. Well, you don't pay FICA on distributions. All right, so there's no FICA tax on distributions. And so what I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but no one's advocating, I don't think anyone's advocating paying FICA tax on distributions. What I was saying is, and I'm not sure if this is what you're talking about, but if you make $100,000, all right, we know for a fact that 6,200 of that is going to go into FICA, and then another 1.25 or whatever it is to Medicare. So we know for a fact of your $100,000, you're paying 7.65% immediately to FICA for Medicare and Social Security. All right. Now, if you contribute $10,000 or 401k, you're only taxed on $90,000. All right. So your AGI is $90,000, right? Just assuming that, but your total tax for FICA is $100,000. So if that makes sense. So a lot of people think that you only pay FICA on the net amount after you contribute to your 401k. It's just not true. You pay FICA on the very first dollar. The other way around. Now, your employer, when they put the money in the FICA, and when they pay your contribution, their match, that is not subject to FICA tax. That's not earned income, but it is earned. It's just deferred. It's deferred compensation. That's why it's like a lot of this deferred comp. People have deferred comp, and I'll say, are they withholding FICA tax or have they withheld FICA tax? And no one knows the answer to this because no one expects that. But compensation is compensation. It should be subject to FICA. That's just a fact. And the employer match is not. It's just not subject to FICA, right? And as such, they're going to put their $10,000 match in. You're putting your $10,000 contribution in. $20,000, none of that subject. Your $10,000 subject to FICA. The $10,000 that they contribute is not. Now, when it comes to a pension plan, it's different because the pension plan grows according to whatever the actuaries and all that do, and that's not subject to FICA either. And so we got a lot of tax deferrals that none of this are being subject to FICA. And then when the money comes out, it's taxed as ordinary income, but it's not taxed as subject to FICA. And I wouldn't advocate that. No way, man. I'm not. In fact, what I'm advocating is just simply say no more tax deductions, no more charitable contribution deductions, no more tax deductions. You know what I'm saying? I would actually get rid of all mortgage interest deduction. And everyone screams bloody murder. Like, how many people actually itemize their taxes? Not that many. I do, but just barely. You know what I'm saying? But not that many people do. I'd much rather have a higher standard deduction and a simpler tax code. That was the premise of Dick Armey's flat tax to begin with. 25%, 10% flat tax, higher standard deductions, and simplified tax code. No standard deduction. No itemized, no deductions for mortgage interest, no deductions on this, no deductions on that, and just say you make $100,000, you pay $25,000 in tax, done and done. That's the way to do it. But people get, oh, you want to raise taxes? It's so freaking stupid. It's so dumb. And I'm like, well. And then I sit there as a right winger. I say, who is the biggest beneficiaries of the tax code? It's not right wing freaking churchgoers. It's just not. It's the freaking Warren Buffetts. It's the freaking George Soroses. It's the idiots at Harvard University. These are the people, but they've done such a good job at convincing Republicans that any tax hike. And I was just reading this article the other day it's not an article, but a comment by Sarah Hoyt at Instapundit. Talk about tax hike. I forgot what it was. She goes, it's only a matter of time before they bring it to the middle class. I'm like, it's so stupid. It's so bad. It's so dumb. They just have done such a good job convincing Republicans that I used to be in this category. I'll never, ever, ever forget Ben Stein. Ben Stein. He had talked about in the mid-aughts when we're fighting wars, he goes, at some point, we're going to have to raise taxes on the wealthiest people. It's just all there is to it. And I remember I said, how dare you, Ben Stein? How dare you? And I'm like, dude, I was making $35,000 a year with 4 kids or whatever it was. And here I am worried about the wealthiest people. They don't give 2 craps about me. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget Ben Stein said that. I was like, no, because if they raise taxes on the wealthiest, they're going to raise tax on me next. And it's so stupid. I fell for it, man. I was an idiot. All right, Vern's out of here. Yeah, so my dad's estate just cleared probate after 7 months of filing. Some probates take longer. It took my wife's mom 2-3 months to clear. And there's reasons that made it harder. As a Japanese model with your yellow hair. Yeah, I would just put an index fund and be done with it. So I wouldn't mess around with Fidelity Go account or the Schwab, whatever it is, account. I just do the index fund and be done with it. Sometimes you need to look deeper than just a name. Learn the history, listen to music, understand the lyrics. They're in what I'm saying, and just the lyrics, dude. The lyrics. All right. If Jill's still here, we're gonna read. Was it "World is World" lyrics? It's people like you who crucified Christ. Yeah, right here. Your world was made for you by someone above, but you chose evil ways instead of love. You made me master of the world where you exist. The soul I took from you was not even missed. You think you're innocent, you got nothing to fear. You don't say, but isn't it clear? You turn to me in all your worldly greed and pride. But will you turn to me when it's your turn to die? Yeah. Lord of the world. And then we can read Into the Void, and then After Forever. Oh, yes, we can read. That's Black Sabbath right there. After Forever lyrics. You can't get much more. Have you ever thought about your soul? Can it be saved? Or perhaps you think that when you're dead, you just lay in your grave. Is God just a thought within your head, or is he part of you? Is Christ just a name that you read in a book when you were in school? When you think about death, do you lose your breath or do you keep your cool? Would you like to see the Pope on the end of the rope? Do you think he's a fool? Well, I've seen the truth and I've seen the light and I've changed my ways. And I'll be prepared when you're lonely and scared at the end of our days. Could it be you're afraid of what your friends might say if they knew you believe in God above? They should realize before they criticize that God is the only way to love. Is your mind so small that you have to fall in with the pack wherever they run? Would you still sneer when death is near and say that you might as well worship the sun? I think it's true that it's people like you who crucified Christ. I think it's sad the opinion you had was the only one voiced. Will you be so sure when your day is near say you don't believe? You had the chance, but you turned it down. Now you can't retrieve. Perhaps you think before you say that God is dead and gone. Open your eyes, just realize that he is the one, the only one who can save you now from all this sin and hate. Or will you jeer at all you hear? Yes, I think it's too late. That's satanic. I don't know what's satanic, man. That's After Forever by Black Sabbath, written by was it Butler? I think Geezer Butler wrote that. Dude, that's not satanic, man. If that's satanic, I don't know if Jill's still here. Hopefully she is. Watch out for that copyright strike, 100%. Play Free Bird. Right on. Now read some really limp-wristed Rob Halford, Judas Priest. Oh god, dude. I know it's really bad. Those lyrics are really bad. Yeah, I get it. I don't like to look at all the drug addicts living the streets, but it's real and it's evil. And if you don't see it, you may not. If you don't see it, you may not know it. Understand? What year is that from Josh? I don't like their music overall, so I've heard it. It's from like 1972, I think, Jill. Hey, thanks, James. Look at James, like some new course. Hey, who you got there on your avatar? Oh. Dear Moon Project, a Japanese billionaire and Musk Starship taking 8. Come on, man. Are people still falling for this? Oh my goodness. Anyway, music does not create. Now, I will tell you, man, when I was a young, dumb, and angry kid, I'd hear some Slayer and it would make me fired up. I'm just not going to lie to you. It would put me in a mood. And is that the music, or is it just us drinking and it's an aggressive type of music? I bet you could say the same with rap. I mean, I don't know if you could say the same with country. I doubt it, but be that or pop. But I remember hearing some Slayer when Slayer's Rain and Blood came out. There's one song called Criminally Insane. And it's a great song. But I remember it got me, let's just put it this way, it put me in a mood, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact. Oh boy, here we go. Son and daughter just graduated from FSU. Really? Are they twins? Well, Ozzy didn't write that. That wasn't Ozzy writing it, but obviously Ozzy went down a bad path. That's a fact. But that you can't indict the whole band for one band member, can you? I mean, my goodness. That's okay. That's okay. Always GAD. What is ACDC always GAD? I don't know what that means. You say always have me want to do shots too. Yeah, what I'm saying. GAD. They say Antichrist, Devil's Child for ACDC. They say twins. Right on, James. They say Kiss was Knights in Satan's Service. I was like, oh, that's so stupid. The idea that Kiss was satanic is like, oh, God, come on, man. Kiss is so dumb. I like Kiss. I mean, I'm like, they're fun to listen to. Cold gin time again. I listened to Catholic Gregorian chants while using the elliptical today. Wow, you're a better man than me, man. You're a better man than me. I don't know how you. I couldn't do that. So I was listening to Cockspar. Let's read a lyric from Cockspar. Oh yeah, that's good. So we'll read. Hey, the Bible is true. It shows the good, bad, and ugly of humanity. That's the thing about about Jesus is that it's not good musicians. I mean, who am I to say? But I just remember hearing the stories that Rush and Kiss would tour. Would be on tour, and Kiss would go out and party, and Rush was like, they're gonna practice. Dude, just Rush. A lot of that prog rock stuff didn't do much for me. That who's that other huge prog rock band? I'm drawing a blank. It's not Triumph's not a prog rock. It's Rush. There's a more recent band, prog progressive rock, that everyone knows, and they're incredibly insane musicians. I don't know what's called, but I'm drawing a blank. Fate's Warning. I don't think that was that. No, it was God, I can't believe it was like more of the 80s into the 90s. I mean, Black Sabbath by far and away the first. I mean, because like literally, my first. I looked too young to be in those bands. Oh, dude, I was growing up. I mean, my parents are hippies, guys. You know what I'm saying? We used to have Peter Tosh. We used to have freaking who's the guy that. Edmund Fitzgerald guy with all that stuff. We used to have, Jesus Christ Superstar, all that stuff. We used to have, albums on all the time. But anyway, so I got who the hell was the a prog rock, like late 80s, 90s, Dream Theater. That's it. Yeah, Dream Theater. You got it, man. That stuff doesn't do much for me. It doesn't. But apparently those guys are insane. There's Gordon Lightfoot. Yep. Was Fates Warning a prog rock band? I don't know. See, that's a good name for a band. Ted Nugent, man. Another question. Here's all right. Here, yeah. Keep putting that picture up. We can pretend like you like us, Noodle Fan Kennedy. Is the chick from Japanese OnlyFans, is her name Noodle? Is that what it is? Another question. Is it better to convert my 403B? Dude, you're married and you got a picture of this chick on your thing? That doesn't make any sense, dude. Why would you do that? That's weird. Look, I'm not yelling at you. It's just, why would you? I mean, obviously you're having fun with it. But I mean, your wife, she's like, dude, put some hot Asian chick with yellow hair on my thing. That's just kind of weird. Anyway, is it better to convert my 403B to Roth IRA? I'm 53, wife is 51. Yeah, man, I can't answer that, brother. I don't know. I mean, I did. I'm 53, and all my stuff is in a Roth now, so I did. Right, there you go. Only if you can. I had heard the guy from Stuart Copeland, is that his name? From Police, is like one of the top drummers of all time. Is that true? Give her an answer like anyone else. I did give an answer. It's not a chick. It's a dude. It's a dude. He said it right there. He says, I'm 53 and my wife is 51. Should he do Roth conversions? What he's asking. I can't speak to. I don't know his circumstance, but I did. So I'm all now Roth conversions. I'm 53 in a pretty high tax bracket. The man is still. Dude, we all love Asian chicks. Don't get me wrong, brother. This is our residential Asian right here, Homer. We all love Asian chicks. But it's kind of weird to have a dude have a young Asian chick as his avatar. I mean, that's kind of makes. Yeah, so why do people say that guy's so great? I don't understand. Look, I don't know anything about drumming. It just didn't make any sense to me. It's like, okay, weird. I just listened to some Sacred Reich. Didn't he die? Didn't that guy die right there? Taylor Hawkins? He died, didn't he? Foo Fighters? Just listened to some Sacred Reich before I was doing the dishes after dinner. Yeah, weird. I was doing the dishes even I made dinner. And oh man, Sacred Reich, Surf Nicaragua. You could find a skateboard in Surf Nicaragua. I was wanting to look up this. Actually, Cox Sparrer. What's that song I want to hear? Is Watch Your Back lyrics. Watch your back. Oh, yeah. So this sort of punk band. I'm telling you, man, punk used to be. All right, so punk right here. We're gonna share screen. I'll gladly trade for some pale freckled Irish redheads. So. Oh man, for real? Everybody's talking about revolution. Everybody's talking about smash the state. Sounds to me like the final solution. Right wing, left wing, full of hate. We don't want to fight because you tell us to. So watch your back when you attack us, because we just might turn on you. Things get worse with every hour. The future fades in the past. All they want is total power, climbing on the backs of the working class. We don't want to fight because you tell us to, so watch your backs when you attack us, because we just might turn on you. We don't want to be a part of a new religion. We don't need a boot and a switchblade knife. We don't want to be part of a political dream. We just want to get on living our lives. That's an old English punk band. Does that not sound like freaking, The Who? Was it, The Who about the revolution? Whatever that song was from The Who. Oh, dude. If you brought your surfboard, like a pulverizer. Right on, man. You like some Sacred Reich. All right, here's Just Beth. All right, here's Just Beth. All right, so look at Just Beth. She's pretty. Not faking like she's a hot young Asian chick. All right, see you, John. Right on, man. And the beret's finally here. All right. I made a point to treat everybody the same. Look at Just Beth. All right, Just Beth. All right, so here's a young pretty lady that's not faking it. All right, so how can I save on taxes I'll owe? Kids grown, no dependents now, no real write-offs, getting hammered on tax time now. Yeah, that would be hotter if she was Asian. Oh, that's not me saying that, Beth. That's not me saying that. It's Pulverizer. Don't listen to anything Pulverizer says. He's grown on us for some ungodly reason, but there you go. He says, anyway, so Beth, every time Josh reads lyrics, we drink a shot of beer. Look at it. So, oh boy, now we're getting, oh boy, now Beth is going to be hit on by crazy Asians in our chat. But Beth's a trooper. She can laugh. All right, so there you go. Good point. Contribute to HSA, lower income traditional IRA. Off track. Anyway, so the question that she asked, it's going to be tough, man. I mean, you can make the max contributions to your pre-tax accounts, which I'm not a big fan of that because I like the idea of having tax-free income in retirement, which to include Social Security being tax-free. Now, I don't know your whole situation, but the only way to reduce your taxes was 3 ways. Is you give it away or you don't make it, or 2 ways, really. Just give it away or don't make it. That's it. Well, it's the 3 ways. 3 ways to reduce it. Don't make it, which is not really what we're trying to accomplish here. Give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. I'm trying to practice rolling my R's. Burrito, 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 burrito. Man, I can't do it. I was doing it earlier today. I need a burrito, 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 burrito. I need a burrito. Anyway, be that as it may. I'm never going to speak Spanish. Damn. If I move to San Diego, I learn how to speak Spanish because I'll be frequenting all the Mexican restaurants. Oh, boy. It'll never happen. Anyway, or reduce your income with pre-tax money. Like my man was saying, HSAs right here, right there. Contribute to HSA, lower your income by adding money to your traditional IRA into your 401k as much as possible. However, I'm a fan of paying the tax now so you don't have to pay it later. Right? Just FYI. Yeah, I'm a big fan of ladies in glasses. You know what I'm saying? My wife wears glasses. So someone says, I'm a fan of best hipster glasses. Yeah, right there. Celtic Spirit says that. Give up burritos and I love chimichangas, but I can't roll my R's in chimichangas. Become a consultant, 1099. Yeah, 100%, man. That's W-2 right there. John's sitting on the head. John says W-2 employees get killed. There's not much you can do about it, but become a 1099 independent consultant, independent contractor. You can write off a lot of business expense for sure. I'm a self-employed. I don't write off nearly what I could, but I'm going to write some of this off going to San Diego because I met with Amar and we talked some business strategies, legit stuff too. And I'm very frugal when it comes to my write-offs because I don't want the IRS looking at me at all. So I'll give them, give to Caesar what Caesar, God what's God's. HSA max for sure. Putting in Roth will grow tax-free forever, which is better than taxable savings. Pay now and don't pay at 100%. Joe sitting on the head. I'm taking all my retirement be damned. You can buy another Harley. You must live in the South, man, because people live in the South. They love their vehicles more than they love their houses. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm not going to Tijuana. Not going to Tijuana. No appeal to me. I'd like to go to Tampico. That's on the other side of Mexico, though. I love Mexico. I mean, I've never been. I've been to Nogales and Tijuana briefly, but I think Mexican people are awesome. I just think they're great. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of Mexican people for sure. I mean, obviously, do I want to live there? No. Do I want all kinds of Mexicans living around me? No. But do I think Mexican people are wonderful people? Yeah, absolutely. What I'm saying. But all right, tax. I want to Mexico, dude. Freaking, I tell you, man, some of the Mexican ladies are freaking gorgeous. Tijuana's Vegas on steroids. Yeah. Playa de Cama is karma. It's supposed to be nice. I might be drinking. I'm just drinking La Croix. La Croix. Nah, dude. The Mexican. Yeah, when I was down in San Diego. I was walking. I was looking over this overpass, and you could kind of see the Pacific Ocean over there. And some lady was kind of walking up near the same time I was, and she's probably my age, and just freaking so pretty. I mean, she's Mexican, probably even older, probably 60. Just so pretty and just so nice. And I was like, oh, and look, my wife kind of looks Mexican when she gets tan. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I have that appeals to me. But I was like, ask her, I said, what? I said, oh, I was just asking her questions. You know what I'm saying? Not hitting on her or anything. So I'm not, because I'm happily married. My wife would kill me. But anyway, so and it turns out she's from um, Baja, Baja, Mexico, and she was up like cleaning houses and what she does to clean houses, and just it's so nice. And she spoke English pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And but just like freaking, just it's just natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? My mom kind of looked like that. If you looked at my mom looked like she was American Indian. Believe it or not, she was very dark, just very dark. I'm not sure where she got that from. It must be my grandma, but she was very dark. Like you see old pictures of my mom with her hippie, she looked like a freaking Indian. It's crazy, like a Bolivian almost. And anyway, so but I just like man, just nice lady. And I went to this other place to get a breakfast burrito. This lady wasn't as pretty, but she was just so friendly and just it's just like man. Obviously, she was serving me. I get it, but just nice people, man. You know what I'm saying? And we went to the hockey game and all these there's a Mexican Heritage Night, and there's a couple of people being a little bit out of loud, but everyone's just hanging out, having a good time, and just freaking and Mexican music, not just mariachi, but was it Norte Norte Americano or something like that? Oh, dude, I just love some of that Mexican music, like Rick Trevino. Have you ever listened to Rick Trevino? The Low Super Seven, just some obviously Los Lobos, just some great Mexican. I just freaking love it, man, without question. Again, do I want to live there? Nope. Do I want a bunch of them living near me? Nope. Not. I don't want to be. I like being surrounded by people like me. That's shocking. That's okay. But I love the culture and I love having access to it. That's for damn sure. And the freaking food's great. And I'm sure there's some evil, crazy men in the cartels, but believe it or not, there's some evil, crazy men in all sorts of cultures. So. Oh, look at my man James. James bought my course, Everything You Need to Know About Investing, worth more than what Josh. Thanks, James. That's freaking awesome. When I was young, would walk into tan skin, dark eyes, dark hair. That's my wife. That's my mom used to look like. My mom was very small too, like a Mexican, very small and skinny. 5'4", probably a buck, 100 pounds or something like that. She's not like that anymore, obviously, but my wife is tall and lanky, but dark skin, dark eyes, and black hair. Oh, man, when my wife was younger, and she's still freaking gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but oh, man, I mean, literally, just like and she was just so fun. Like you didn't have to pretend. It's like you go on dates with chicks, and you're like, oh, like, what do I talk about now? And with Charlotte, it's just like say whatever the hell you want to say. No one cared. She's because she had 8 brothers and sisters, dude. You know what I'm saying? She's like just I didn't have to worry about offending her or anything. She's seen it all, man. Oh man. Ugh. I'll never forget we went to this one restaurant, probably told you it's in Arlington. And it's a pretty nice restaurant. I can't remember why we went there for some reason. And the staff was giving her hard looks, like I think one of them went up to her and said, like speaking Spanish to her or something like that, like, why aren't you in the kitchen or something? Like you should be why are you with him? You should be in the kitchen or something like that, thinking that she was like working there. She goes, what? Because I saw them too. I saw these people, these ladies giving her the mean look, these Mexican ladies or whatever, Spanish ladies. I said, why are they? Anyway, she went back someplace and one said, blah, 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 blah. She says, what? It's funny. Anyway, so Andrew says he'd walk across to Nogales for the day. Mom and dad let us roam. Can't do that now. Can't do that now. I'm a pale-looking leprechaun. I like the opposite of my people's looks. Yeah, I don't get the red hair, man. Can't lie. The red hair never did much for me. Red hair and pale, not that. That doesn't do much for me. That's for sure. It's okay. I mean, there's some pretty redhead pale ladies, but not doesn't get my 100%. Evil men in the CIA who run the mag. Oh, 100%. I completely agree. You're committed already after 3 kids, no going back. 4 kids, brother. 4. You're 100%, Jill. She did 100%. That's the biggest downvote there is about my wife. She does not like my music. All right, better get my story together. Backhand around. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, my friends. I'm getting tired. One of you all told me to watch Fargo, so I just got done watching the first season of that. It was pretty good. It was entertaining. A little bit hard to, just a little bit too much storytelling in terms of making the story work, but it was good. So I'm looking for the next one here. So I'm gonna watch that, but wait till the new model comes out. Dude, if I didn't have Charlotte, I mean, I would be literally living in a van down by the river, turning tricks for a bottle of freaking old Boone's Farm. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have her, I'd be down there saying, "I'll, freaking whatever you want, just give me a bottle of Boone's Farm." I'm telling you, that's where I'd be. I wouldn't even live in a van. I'd be freaking sitting under the bridge with a barrel of burning freaking newspapers. I'd be like, hey, whatever. I'll do whatever you want. Just give me a bottle of Boone's Farm. Yeah. Literally, I mean, that woman saved my life, dude, without question. And she gave me 4 children. And she's still freaking hot, if that makes sense. And she still cracks me up. And she still just, I mean, my goodness, you're not going to find it. That's why I feel bad for people who don't find a good woman. I'm like, dude, if you find a good woman, it just makes your life better. It does. There are plenty of crappy women. I get it. I get it. Plenty of crappy women out there. 100%, man. But, man, Strawberry Hill, first drink ever had. Yeah. I'd be working at Hooters otherwise, probably the kitchen staff. You like that, James? Peaky Blinders? Is that interesting enough? Or Strawberry Hill, first drink ever had? 100%. Working at Hooters. And a Ninja Foodie. See what James says about Peaky Blinders, because I've seen that on my thing. I just like watching. I read a lot of books, so I like to read more than I like to watch. But is Tom still here? All right, Tom. You deleted my emails, Tom. You deleted my emails, Albrecht. Yeah, cool. Good job. Check it out. All right, God bless, guys. We'll see you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks again.